NBA star versus mental struggles. Kevin Love. So today I'll be analyzing NBA All-Star Kevin Love's panic attack through the framework of logic-based therapy and Stoic moral philosophy. Introducing Kevin Love. So Kevin Love is a five-time NBA All-Star and a 2016 NBA champion. But despite his success, he faced intense internal pressure to appear mentally strong. In 2017, during a game, he suffered a severe panic attack that forced him to leave the court. This shows the struggle NBA players face, and they are humans too. He may look like his life is perfect after winning the championship, but he's dealing with mental struggles that kept him out games the year prior. At the time, he felt that showing any emotional struggle would make him look weak. Case overview. So leading up to the panic attack, Kevin Love carried several rigid and unrealistic beliefs. He believed he had to be perfect, composed, and in control at all times. He believed anxiety was unacceptable and vulnerability was dangerous. These beliefs created a constant internal pressure that made normal feelings of stress feel catastrophic. During the game, he experienced panic attack symptoms, racing heart, dizziness, and a sense of losing control. Instead of interpreting these sensations as manageable, he interpreted them as catastrophic, which intensified the panic. Only later did he realize that his beliefs, not just the physical symptoms, played a major role in his suffering. Analysis of reasoning. So Kevin Love's reasoning was emotionally understandable, but it was not rational or realistic. He held himself to impossible standards, believing he should never experience fear or anxiety. He equated emotional vulnerability with personal failure. He also ignored or minimized his emotions instead of fully processing them. All of this created an unsafe internal environment where panic became more likely. His reasoning, while relatable, especially as an NBA star facing immense pressure, was ultimately self defeating and harmful. His first fallacy was demanding perfection. Demanding perfection is a common fallacy. It occurs when someone believes they must perform flawlessly or else they are failures. Kevin Love showed this fallacy clearly through beliefs like, I must always be strong, I should never feel anxious, and showing weakness means I'm failing. This created unrealistic expectations that no human can meet and guaranteed immense emotional pressure. His second fallacy was awfulizing. Awfulizing happens when someone exaggerates the badness of a situation and interprets discomfort as a catastrophe. For Kevin Love, a panic attack wasn't just difficult, it became the worst thing in the world that could happen. He believed losing control was unbearable, that teammates would judge him, and his reputation would collapse. This catastrophic thinking magnified his fear and made the panic attack much more intense than it needed to be, instead of embracing common human feelings. Antidotes to demanding perfection. Number one is metaphysical security. It teaches us to feel at home in an imperfect world. Instead of demanding flawlessness, the metaphysically secure person embraces the process of trying, reflecting, relaxing, and trying again. Failure becomes a needed nutrition for growth, not evidence of worthlessness. Confucian self-cultivation supports this by teaching that ideals should guide us, not burden us. Improvement is always gradual and partial, not all or nothing. Stoicism adds another major antidote. Epictetus teaches that humans should focus only what is in their control, their attitude, effort, and choices. Athletes cannot control game outcomes, teammates, or physical sensations, so demanding perfection in these areas guarantees suffering. Redirecting focus to controllable factors reduce emotional pressure. Christian thinkers like Augustine and Aquinas also help. Augustine explains that only God is perfect and humans are naturally imperfect. Aquinas warns against expecting perfection from ourselves because such expectation is irrational and harmful. Finally, Cohen teaches that many perfectionistic demands arise from preferences mistakenly turned into necessities, shifting from "I must be perfect" to "I would like to perform well." This dramatically reduces pressure and helps set realistic expectations. If you go into a game saying "I must be perfect" and make a mistake, it's going to feel catastrophic. We should understand we want to perform well, but we can't control everything and mistakes happen. Antidotes to awfulizing. To counter awfulizing, Epictetus teaches that anxiety arises from trying to control externals, such as reputation, outcomes, or the reactions of others. Craving applause and justification creates fear, just as love's desire to appear perfect intensifies this panic. Epictetus also teaches us to compare what feels awful to generally terrible events, which puts discomfort into perspective. Awfulness is not an objective feature of reality, it is a judgment. Nothing is inherently awful, we label it as such. Kevin Love's panic attack felt catastrophic because of this judgment, not because panic itself is catastrophic. We have to transform our suffering into strength and live authentically despite the fear. Stoicism. Stoicism offers Kevin Love especially practical tools. Stoicism teaches that we should focus only on what is within our control, our preparation, mindset, effort, and interpretation of events. This removes pressure tied to outcomes, reputation, or physical sensations. Stoicism also reframes panic as discomfort rather than catastrophe and accepts it. Epictetus tells us that events themselves are not harmful, our judgments make them harmful. Recognizing this helps Kevin reinterpret panic symptoms without spiraling. Finally, Stoicism redefines success. Success becomes about virtuous effort, discipline, courage, and composure, rather than perfect results. This gives Kevin a stable emotional foundation that doesn't depend on flawless performance. Practical advice for Kevin Love. He can accept imperfection as part of human nature. Shift demands into preferences. Focus on controllables rather than outcomes. Use stoic breathing and grounding techniques. Establish healthy routines to reduce stress. Reframe panic as uncomfortable but manageable. Kevin could start his day by having a routine, meditate, and practice breath work. He can continue his meditation and breath work before games to ease his worries, and tell himself, control what I can control, his energy, attitude, and effort, not outcomes. These steps can help him develop long-term emotional resilience and healthier self-understanding. Together, the LBT framework and philosophical antidotes offer Kevin Love a comprehensive strategy for moving beyond perfectionism and catastrophic thinking toward a more grounded and fulfilling approach to life.